Hello, everyone. My name is Bardis Chagar, and I'm the Federal Minister of Diversity and Inclusion and Youth. I'm speaking to you today from Waterloo, Ontario, on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Neutral peoples. I'm so pleased to be joining you at this year's Recognition Awards ceremony. Tonight is a time to celebrate the significant contributions made by individuals, organizations, and communities who work tirelessly to preserve, develop, and promote Pan-Asian Canadian culture and heritage in British Columbia. Let us also not forget the incredible milestone the Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society is marking this year. 25 years of leadership, community building, and social innovation in supporting Asian Canadian arts and culture across Metro Vancouver. People of Asian descent are the largest and fastest growing demographic in Canada and have made extraordinary contributions to building the Canada that we know and love, from the arts to business to science and technology and everything in between. Yet, as we all know too well, we have seen a devastating increase in anti-Asian racism and hate since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. Asian-led community organizations and businesses across the country are sounding the alarm and drawing attention to the rise in anti-Asian racism. And I want you to know that our entire government, including your members of Parliament, Patrick Weiler, Terry Beach, Dr. Hetty Fry, Minister Sudgeon, Minister Wilkinson, and Minister Murray, hear you and stand with you. As Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has said, hatred and intolerance in all of its forms are absolutely unacceptable in Canada. That's why the theme of this year's Asian Heritage Month was recognition, resilience, and resolve. We recognize the contributions of Asian communities, we celebrate their resilience, and we resolve to do better, to stand together against xenophobia, hate, and all forms of racism. The efforts of the Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society, and by extension all of you, is a testament to how art, history, heritage, and culture transcend boundaries and bring people together from across the Asian diaspora and beyond. Organizations like yours will continue to help build a more compassionate, more equitable, and a consciously more inclusive Canada. On behalf of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the Government of Canada, congratulations and thank you for 25 years of hard work, dedication, commitment, and excellence. I send you all my very best wishes. Enjoy tonight's festivities. Keep well and safe. Thank you.
Well, a little bit of history. In 1995, a group of social and art advocates, Jim Gon Chu, Zeynep Verjee, and Paul Wong, joined Shahid Khan, director of the Toronto Asian Heritage Month, to discuss bringing Asian and Asian Canadian artists to their creative work to Canada, to Vancouver especially. And sorry. The next year, Jim Gon Chu, Mr. Banniger, Winston Chin, Grace Aker Thompson, and Mon Ling Chu became the official founders of the Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society. This evening, 25 years after VAHMS' inception, we want to recognize those who led a video artist and curator, writer, and administrator, and public intellectual, Zeynep Verjee, who join us to celebrate this important milestone. Zeynep is the Executive Director of the Ontario Association of Art Galleries and awardee of the 2020 Governor General Award in Visual and Media Arts. In the 70s, Zeynep was fully engaged in feminist labor history and artist-run centers, and she played a central role in making a case for racial equity rights and formed alliances with the International Network for Cultural Diversity. She was part of the UNESCO Universal Declaration of Cultural Diversity in 2005. For over 4 decades, Zeynep has shaped culture policy and has contributed to the building of cultural institutions and organizations such as the BC Arts Council, Invisible Colors, Racial Equity Office in Canada, the Council for the Arts, and the Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society. Please welcome Zeynep Verjee. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. I'm joining you from the ancestral and traditional territories of the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe, and the Huron-Wendat. And this territory is part of the Dish with One Spoon Wapping Belt Covenant, and it's also covered by the Upper Canada Treaties. First of all, congratulations on this 25th anniversary of Vancouver Asian Heritage Month. You know, this milestone occasion really speaks to the strength of the organization in keeping the mandate alive. We are, as Letitia already said, amidst a kaleidoscope experience of race-based hate, whether it's Indigenous, Black, Asian, Islamophobia. And I think it's imperative for our organizations to strengthen the social fabric and build civil society. And I hope that the next 25 years will be as rich and robust towards building pluralism in Canada. I really want to thank Letitia and the board and all of you for inviting me today. It's truly an honor. I am actually from Vancouver. Obviously, you gathered that from a little bit from my history, though now living in Vancouver, in Ontario. And, you know, in my early days from the 70s to 90s, were really rich with activism in Vancouver, making change, fighting for racial equity. And obviously, given the news in the past few days of the 215 children in Kamloops and the recent Islamophobia that we witnessed in London, Ontario, clearly our work is not done. And it reminds me of the challenges that we had to face and that we still have to face. Let me share some of those memories from those years. You know, after late Jim Wong Chu's book, Chinatown Ghosts in 1986, and the intervention of Invisible Colors in 1989, both of us emerged as really strong forces in the Vancouver scene. And it was that allowed us to foster and build the alliances to further the voice of artists of color. During that same time, I was also involved with the Paul Street Festival for quite a long time and had very closely aligned with the Japanese community during the tumultuous period of the redressal of the Japanese community. And I think one of the most significant outcomes of this process was the Canadian Race Relations Foundation Act on October 28, 1996. And this act came about after the Japanese-Canadian Redress Agreement with the government, in which the government of Canada acknowledged that the treatment of Japanese Canadians during and after World War II was unjust and violated the principles of human rights. We've seen this with the Chinese community, with the South Asian community, obviously, and very importantly, the Indigenous community. There were really many significant events back in those days, such as Invisible Colors, Yellow Peril, Writing Through Race, Mingkwan Panchayat, and they were really key markers of change. Some of these events and movements and occasions actually brought down other organizations that were embedded in a very colonial framework. So along with Jim Wong Chu, we galvanized the need for Asian Heritage Month. The three of us, Jim Wong Chu, myself, and Paul Wong, we went to a national meeting on Asian Heritage Month in Toronto. And this was initiated by a group in Toronto with Said Khan, who was then the director of the Toronto chapter, and Gary Crystal, who was the head of the music section at the Canada Council, and brought together a lot of different stakeholders, including Toronto's Desh Padesh team, Aksay Azi, which was also known as the Montreal Asian Heritage Festival team with Janet Lam and Bernard Nguyen and Atif Siddiqui. And after this meeting in 1996, Vancouver Asian Heritage Month was formed and launched. In 2001, Senator Vivian Poy declared the month of May as Asian Heritage Month in the Senate. I think a lot of significant work has been done, and Vancouver still has much to address in the coming years. Of course, I think that the work is never easy, and we have changing scenarios and new racial tensions and contestations coming up all the time. But together, in solidarity, we really can make the changes and make the difference that we have to make this world a better place. So I say congratulations again to all of you. Keep up this fantastic work. And of course, a big congratulations to all the other award winners. So thank you for inviting me very much tonight. I'm really, really honored and truly privileged to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Zanoub. So wonderful of you to join us tonight. Thank you for everything you said and everything you've done. So it's time to start the awards ceremony. So up next, I would like to introduce VAHMS Director and Co-Chair of the Recognition Awards Committee, Shahid Abrar Al-Hassan. Shahid, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Jasper. So welcome everybody to this this very special event, and congratulations to all the award winners. So it was a pleasure for me to be a co-chair for the awards recognition committee, and as committee we were made of 3 members and 1 external member, and I would like to appreciate Ms. Yumina Talagala for serving as an external adjudicator on the committee. So we had a daunting task of reviewing the nominations, which were substantial and from very, very well qualified individuals and organizations. So the recognition process was conducted through different stages, and the adjudication process, was conducted in different stages, and then we were able to finalize the honorees. So we have our regular awards that we give every year, but in addition to that, because of the 25th anniversary, so there are some additional 2 special awards that are being presented this time as well. So one is Legacy and 25th Anniversary Special Award, and then we are also honoring some basically two individuals and institutions as honorable mention for their remarkable work. So with that work, and I'm very pleased that we are able to get to the stage of these awards. And so without further ado, I would like to present to you the first honoree of tonight and of VAHMS Recognition Awards. And the honoree is Ms. Huma Shoaib. She is an educator and behavioral specialist. She has worked in the field of education for about 15 years as a behavioral therapist. She works with children with special needs, specifically those with autism spectrum disorder, dealing with social, emotional difficulties, mental health concerns, and safety issues that these children face. She's also founder of a startup that works with families and children to empower them with coping mechanisms and skills to deal with the issue of autism and other disabilities. Ms. Shoaib is also an active participant in her local community, involved with organizations that work towards bringing a positive and constructive force in society. She is the current president of the Canada Urdu Association, which is a BC registered society that brings together a wide range of people of the Indian and Pakistani origin in the lower mainland region and beyond. She also serves on the organizing committee for the Vancouver chapter of the Citizen Foundation Canada, which is a registered charity that works to raise funds for educational opportunities for underprivileged children in Pakistan. Ms. Shoaib is also an active member of the Pakistani Canadian Women's Society and the Global Peace Alliance. Both of these organizations are BC-based societies. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to present this award to Ms. Huma Shoaib.
Thank you, everyone. I would like to start by acknowledging that we are gathered on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Coast Salish people, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Musqueam nations. Thank you so much for this wonderful honor. This is not something I expected or feel fully deserving of, but I'm grateful to Vancouver Heritage Month Society for this recognition. There are many people making incredible contributions within our Pan-Asian community, celebrating and expressing our heritage, our culture and art, demonstrating the richness of our roots and the value and vitality we bring to our society and communities in BC and all over Canada. To be selected amongst all those wonderful individuals for recognition is both incredibly uplifting and humbling. It is also a very energizing feeling, and I have no doubt it will drive me to be even better and to do more. I thank you all very sincerely. I would also like to say a special thanks to the Consul General of Pakistan, who is attending this ceremony in the audience. Thank you for your ongoing support for myself and for Canada Urdu Association. I would like to say a big thanks to my family, my friends, and community members. At this occasion, I would like to pay my condolences to the families of 215 children in Kamloops and to the Muslim family of London, Ontario. In the end, I would just like to congratulate VAHMS on its Silver Jubilee. Thank you for all the incredible work you do, and I wish you all the best. And may the next 25 years be even more successful and wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Huma, for your kind wishes, and congratulations again on your remarkable recognition of your remarkable service to the community and in many different roles. And thank you for accepting this award and being here with us today. So now I request Ms. Carol Hemshaw, who is the Vice President, a board member and Vice President of Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society, for the next honoree.
Thank you, Shahid. The next Pan-Asian Recognition Award goes to the Pacific Canada Heritage Center Museum of Migration Society, which is a nonprofit society established in 2011 to build a wider and improved understanding of Canada's history and growth through intercultural explorations of historic and current trans-Pacific immigration. Its mission is to establish a museum of migration at a site of historical significance for Canadians whose families first arrived in Canada through its western portals, and create a supporting national research network for an interdisciplinary and more inclusive interpretation of Canada's history. Until a physical museum can be constructed in Metro Vancouver, it has been functioning as a museum without walls, building meaningful relationships with diverse cultural ethnic groups. Their work engages participants to understand past and current relationships between immigrants and host communities, including their interaction with Indigenous peoples. They endeavor to nurture the general public's interest and ability to research and share their own family and migration stories. And on behalf of PCHC MOM is Wendy Yip accepting this award.
Thank you so much. I'm so pleased to be able to join with you, and congratulations to Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society on your 25th silver anniversary. May you have many more such anniversaries. We are so proud to be selected, and we want to express our thanks to you and to our host nations, of course, of the Musqueam, Tsleil-Waututh, and Squamish nations, because PCHG's main office is located in Vancouver. And we wanted to thank also all the other nominees. We appreciate so much the work that you do to foster appreciation, intercultural appreciation of our respective many Asian heritages in Vancouver and BC. So as you've heard, PCHC, MOM Society, our biggest mission is to gather the stories of all who have come to Pacific Canada, whether it's of our host nations, of the Trans-Pacific migrants, and migrants who have come here from the South and from the East Coast. It's so important that we share our stories, share our heritage, share our culture, and we so appreciate what VAHMS has done in terms of year after year, bringing together such diverse community organizations to share our respective heritages, our cultures, and to really foster a better appreciation and understanding so that we really do have a multicultural mosaic that is really bound together, that we are not in these little tiles of color that do not interact, but that we really are working together, because all together we have put together what Canada is, here and now. And I think at this point in time where we know that there's been a high rise of anti-Asian racism and really racism, and of course, with our host nations continuing to suffer injustice, we really do need to work together to be allies, to listen to each other, to understand each other's lived experiences so that we can do our part to make sure that the system is just, equal, inclusive, diverse, and that we can bring the best of ourselves together so that we can work for equal opportunity and justice for all. And so in that spirit, PCHC, MOM Society is so proud and so thankful and humbled to be acknowledged for the work that we do. We feel like we're just the little sister of VAHMS, because we're 10 years old this year, we're 25 years old. May we live to a long age and continue to work and to bring more diversity and more voices to the table. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wendy. To present the next award is the Secretary of VAHMS, Jimmy Yan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations to Letitia and all my colleagues on the board of VAHMS and VAHMS the 25th anniversary, and congratulations to all the award recipients. The next recipient is Mr. Alan Cho. Alan Cho is a second-generation Chinese-Canadian whose research and literary interests are in Asian Canadian arts, history, and culture. Alan has been involved in several community organizations, including the Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society, Vancouver Asian Film Festival, Chinese Canadian Historical Society of British Columbia, the Rhodey House Museum, the Dr. Sun Yat-sen Classical Chinese Garden. He is the executive director of the Asian Canadian Writers Workshop, editor-in-chief of Rice Paper Magazine, and the festival director of LiterAsian Writers Festival, the only Asian Canadian Writers Festival in North America. Alan has published his work in the Georgia Street, Rice Paper Magazine, Diverse Magazine, and the short stories in the anthologies, The Strangers and Eating Stories, a Chinese, Canadian, and Aboriginal Potluck, and has edited a number of anthologies, including A LiterAsian, 20 Years of Rice Paper Magazine, Immersion, an Asian anthology of love, fantasy, and a speculative fiction and a belief. Congratulations, Mr. Alan Cho. So ladies and gentlemen, Alan Cho.
Thanks, Jimmy. Hi, everyone. I'm here in my bedroom located in Vancouver in the unceded land of the Musqueam enslaved people. So I'm humbled and I'm honored by this award. I'm used to giving out awards, so receiving awards is something new to me. But I really want to thank you to Exploration, the Vancouver Asian Heritage Month nominating committee, and Winnie Chung for believing in me and always instilling confidence in me to carry out work that can really benefit the community. I want to congratulate VAHMS for a month-long festival. Letitia, what a wonderful festival. You've infused so much energy into this month-long festival. It's never easy to do a month-long festival virtually with so many partners, so many programs across different time zones. So kudos to you. I followed the festival closely, and it's been remarkable. My work as executive director of Asian Canadian Writers Workshop has been fruitful. We've been able to hold festivals and writing workshops. Earlier I mentioned we've been able to help writers get published in anthologies such as Alliteration and the Immersion. All new emerging writers, and also even established writers, such as Jim Wang Chu's Chinatown Ghost republished again, with wonderful photography from Jim's days as a photography student at Emily Carr University. I've been able to accomplish a lot, but without the help of the community and without the support of volunteers, it's just ideas that I have in my brain. So I really want to take this time to acknowledge those that have worked so hard and have volunteered their time. Think of Todd Wong and Marlene Enns and Ada Khan, Eric Lee, Lisa, Vincent, Tanita, so many more on the team that is able to help us, actually carry out the Alliteration Festival, Rice Paper Magazine, and all the anthologies and writers workshops that we've been able to put together. This has been a particularly difficult year. When we had Alliteration planned for 2020 in May, we had to cancel it because of the pandemic. And we didn't really know whether we would continue it or not. We were just surviving and hoping that we can get through the year. But until then, we really didn't know what to do. But with the rise of anti-Asian racism and the hate crimes and gender-based violence, we decided as a team that we couldn't stay silent anymore. We had to do something. So we didn't quite know what an online festival would look like, but that's what we did. And we had a very successful festival last year. We called it Quiet No More because we weren't going to go silent. As Asians, we were going to go down without a fight. So Quiet No More was really that title, that festival to honor the writers that we didn't want them to be silent. And this year we followed up with a festival called Global Asian, because these writers, we invited not just writers across Canada, but also friends in the United States and also in Asia. So the title Global Asian was really a moniker to share the belief that just because you're an Asian writer in Canada doesn't mean that you aren't inspired by events happening over in Asia and vice versa. It's truly a global Asian experience. And we had some really fun discussions and book readings and book launches. So we've accomplished quite a bit. As the executive director, I really wanted throughout my time to really give back to the community. Been able to revive the Jim Wang Chu Emerging Writers Award, and one of our writers, Jamie Liu, has gone on to publish her book called Dandelions, and this book will be published in 2022, and she will be a wonderful writer, and a lot of people will have her name as Christmas presents, sending out to other people. So anyways, I know that I have only 3 minutes. I can only thank so many people, but I want to end on a note with my friend Heen Wei, who had given me some advice when I first got my full-time job. He said, "Alan, you work 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Don't forget that after from 5 to 9, that the rest of the time is yours, and you can do whatever you want with it." So that's what I've done. I've really tried to give back to the community and volunteer to as many organizations I can that I think will do good in the community. And it's a complete honor. my work is really standing on the shoulders of giants, of many pioneers that that paved the way for me, allowed me to volunteer because of the work that they've done in laying the bricks and the mortar to the path that I'm able to stand on. So I congratulate Asian Heritage Month for a wonderful festival and giving me the chance to share my sentiments about my time working with them and also in the community. So thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Congratulations. And thanks for being here. Congratulations to Huma and to Wendy and the PCHC MOM team. Congratulations to all of you. It's great to see so much activity in the chat. Everyone's chatting up a storm, and that's great. That's lots of fun. Please keep it up. You know, it's a big part of the virtual event, so I love to see it. Okay, so now I have the pleasure of introducing one of my favorite local acts for our first performance, and that is Kardias Quing. So Kardias brings love and mindfulness to her music with honest lyrics delivered through warm vocals. She has an eclectic sound, but is finding her roots through the acoustic guitar and has expanded her sound with grooves of R&B and alternative pop. So I am happy to welcome Kardias Quing to this stage. Hello, Kardias, welcome.
Hey, hi.
How's it going?
It's good. It's really good. Thank you so much for allowing me the honor to share myself in this space with you all. This is kind of nerve-wracking. You all speak so eloquently. It's like, it's expansive also for me. No, yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. And thank you for all the love you all share and continue to share to create this community and space for all of us. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. It's great of you to be here with us. So tonight we're going to see a pre-recorded performance of yours. Could you tell us a little bit about what we're going to see?
Yes, so this piece is actually quite special for me because it is the first song I wrote about like my excitement towards starting this relationship with my partner that I'm still in now. And then it was also one of the first songs I wrote to production and like really writing like from myself and from my own space. But this piece is really important because it's kind of it was one of those moments where, you know, you decide to stop thinking about the things that you can't do or like you don't have the resources for, and you start to hone in on the things that are within your means and the things that you are capable of doing. And it also re-sparked my joy for film and editing. And so it's kind of one of my homemade films, but I was really excited to put together and accompanied by this lovely cellist who comes from Toronto. And yeah, so yeah.
Great. So Kardias, what do you call this number?
This song is called Moon. It's yeah, it's one of my very first ones. So yeah.
All right. Well, here it is. This is Moon by Kardias Quing.
There's always a pull, 'cause whenever you're around, never empty, most full. You make the waves come in and out. Currents below move to the sound of the ocean wind. You spend the night with me. I want you in the mornings, please. These rivers run to your ocean deep. You spend the night with me. I want you in the mornings, please. These rivers run to your ocean deep. it been burning as bright? Set fire to this space, ignite. Burn, baby, burn. You spend the night with me. I want you in the mornings, please. These rivers run to ocean deep. You spend the night with me. I want you in the mornings, please. These rivers run to ocean deep. Even as I fall into your light, pulled along the current of you, always in the sky. You spend the night with me. I want you in the mornings, please. These rivers run to ocean deep. I spend these nights with you, and your gravity that grounds me. This ocean comes from your rivers.
What to do, what to see, where to eat, where to be. Global BC community reporter Michael Newman wants to help you get to know your BC better. Global BC, in your community.
Okay, and we're back. That was just a quick message from one of our festival sponsors, Global BC. That was Moon by Kardias Quing. What a lovely video. I love the crackling fire, just a beautiful piece of music. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, Kardias, and for sharing your work with us. That was beautiful. I would also like to take a moment to talk to you very quickly about our silent auction. So if you haven't had a chance to check out our silent auction, it ends tonight after the ceremony. So this is your last chance to bid on some great stuff. There's a 2-day stay at the Halcyon Hot Springs Resort up there for grabs. There's a lot of restaurant gift certificates. There's an autographed Whitecaps jersey. There's a beautiful Wayne Yan ceramic dish that somebody needs to buy. There's a flat screen TV. There's all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna drop the link in the chat right now. And if you wish, you can go check it all out. Sorry, I'm just trying to do chat stuff and host at the same time. Okay, there it is. It's hosted by our friends YKLM Auctions, who've done a great job of digitizing our auction for the year. We'd like to thank all of the generous donors who made it possible and donated so many great things. And we would like to give an extra special, huge thank you to VAHMS Ambassador Jeff Chan, who worked so hard to put all this together and just put so much time and effort into making the silent auction happen. So Jeff, thank you so much. We appreciate it so much. Okay, so moving on with the program. Up next, I would like to introduce VAHMS Director and co-chair of the Recognition Awards Committee, Patricia Warwick. Patricia, welcome.
Oh, thank you. So as Shahid mentioned earlier, because it was the 25th anniversary and it's kind of a special time for everyone, and there were such incredibly wonderful candidates, we came up with the Honorable Mention Awards. The first one is to the Canadian Urdu Association, which is a registered society based in Surrey. and founded in 1997. The organization works towards learning, education, promotion, and celebration of the Urdu language. The association works with any number of organizations across Canada, as well as internationally, to support their goals. One of the things that I found very interesting is that they're particularly focused on youth. And I think that that's just so incredibly important that that happens. And they engage in a number of activities that support that goal. The Canadian Urdu Association focuses on promoting the Urdu language and preserving its cultural and literary heritage, especially amongst Urdu-speaking immigrant communities, which I think is, again, incredibly important. The association looks to providing a platform for local writers, poets, to help facilitate their literary efforts. And in September 17th, 2022, they too will be celebrating their 25th anniversary. So congratulations. And accepting the award is Huma and Alam. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Once again, before I begin, I would like to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of Coast Salish people, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Musqueam nations. As president of the Canada Urdu Association, I thank you all on behalf of our society for this wonderful recognition. This means a lot to us, our members, and our community. It gives us all a sense of happiness to have our work appreciated. Like VAHMS, the Canada Urdu Association will also celebrate our Silver Jubilee next year in September, as you mentioned. Our founding members and everyone that has been involved in running and being part of the society has worked extremely hard to establish a positive and impactful organization within our community. Though Urdu language is the core of our foundation and purpose, it is a base on which we look to build dialogue, communication, and expression, from poetry to prose to art, music and theater, from oratory to the printed word, from blogs to magazines, from live public events to multimedia production. By showcasing our love for our native tongue, we attest to our love for all native languages and the importance and relevance it holds to our past and for our future. Thank you so much for shining a spotlight on our efforts. Thank you, VAHMS. Thank you, community. At this moment, I would like Ms. Alamara, who has been part of the Canada Urdu Association for a long time and is amongst our most senior members and directors, to also say a few words.
Thank you, Huma. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you so much. I will not take too much of your time. I would just like to express thank you from all of us at the Canada Urdu Association, especially those of us that have been working in its cause for a long time. People such as myself, who have been part of this association for almost 15 years. As Huma Shoaib mentioned, we will be celebrating 25 years as a society next year. To have our work recognized and appreciated by Vancouver Heritage Month Society as we approach that landmark is a highlight for us, and we are incredibly grateful for this honor. Thank you. I would like to congratulate all the other recipients and also congratulate VAHMS on its Silver Jubilee and wish you continued progress and success. I would like to say a few words in my native language, because we all love our native language, and Canada Urdu Association is जिस तरह दूसरी जबानों को यहाँ पहचाना जाता है, कनाडा उर्दू अंजुमन की ख्वाहिश है कि हमारी जबान को भी पहचाना जाए। हम अपनी जबान को तरक्की देना और फैलाना चाहते हैं, जैसे और मादरी जबानें यहाँ राइज हैं। उर्दू जबान हमारी, प्यारी जबान हमारी। Thank you so much.
Okay, to introduce the next awardee recipient, I would like to introduce Ken McAteer, longtime board member and current advisor of VAHMS. Ken?
Thank you. Thanks, Patricia. It is my honor to help us recognize a fine man who's done a lot for his community. I'll start with just reading some things from his biography. Hayne Way has been a longtime advocate for multiculturalism, human rights, and anti-racism through his work and community involvement. He has served on civic, provincial, and national committees in these issues. Hayne has been an advisor to VAHMS for the last several years and has appreciated the sharing of cultural heritage amongst its members. Born in Hong Kong, Hayne arrived in Canada at a young age and grew up in Vancouver. He is a graduate of UBC, Queen's University, and Simon Fraser University. A researcher and advocate for Chinatown for over 50 years, Hayne is a founding member and past president of the Chinese Canadian Historical Society of BC. He has worked with community organizations, the Provincial Ministry of Multiculturalism, the Canadian Human Rights Commission, and more recently was a sessional instructor in the Faculty of Education at UBC. Hayne is a past board member of the Dr. Sun Yat-sen Classical Chinese Garden and continues as a docent. Hayne is a recipient of the Government of Canada Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal 2012 and the Government of Canada Commemorative Medal 125th Anniversary of Canada in 1994. I think most of us know Hayne in recent years as one of the three amigos who gives us entertaining and educational, interesting. A lot of people turn out to see the tours of Chinatown that these three guys organized. And lately, I've been privileged to see his tours. They're very well done. So Hayne, over to you and congratulations.
Ken, thank you so much for the introduction and for your remarks. And it's an honor to be recognized by the Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society, and congratulations to the board, to the recipients, to all the volunteers. Last night I went on the website again and I looked up all the past festivals. Wow, so much has happened during the last 15 years that the website carries. A lot of activity, a lot of building bridges, sharing. 25 years, I was trying to reflect back, that's 1996. That's a long time, and there are many people involved for that long. Alan Cho mentioned, I once said, your employer's only got you from 9 to 5. The rest of the time it's yours. You can do whatever you want. Yes, including plotting against your employer, okay? Separate story. The other one too is all this volunteer activities. It's gotta be fun or else why do it? And for the last many, many years, it's fun. It's been fun engaging with people, learning from people, finding out so many things that I really wasn't aware of. 25-year anniversary, the Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society. The events of the last week, events of the last few months clearly demonstrate we still have work to do. We're going to share cultures. We're going to share histories. We're going to break samosas together. Tolerance is not acceptable. We want inclusion. We want acceptance. I've looked at the list of all the people who are on board tonight. Wow. a lot of people go back many, many years. We enjoy doing this. It's our commitment. It's our passion, but it's also gives us grounding for what we believe in. So Vancouver Asia Heritage Month Society, thank you for the honor. Happy 25th anniversary. Very best.
Cheers, Hayne. Thank you for that, and congratulations. And congratulations to Huma and Alam too. Thank you all for being with us tonight. So now we have our next performance. And his name is Bero. Bero is a local Syrian producer, sound designer, composer, and oud player who has performed at festivals and venues all over BC and collaborated with the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra and the Vancouver Intercultural Orchestra and done many tours through Syria. He also supports the local music community as a factor jurist and a member of the Community Arts Council of Vancouver. When he's not performing, he works as a studio manager and sound designer for television and teaches oud and Arabic music theory. Bero, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Jasper. It's an honor to be here, and congratulations for Exploration for the Silver Jubilee, and congratulations to all the award recipients tonight.
Well, great. Thank you so much for being here. It's great to see you. It looks like you're joining us from your studio.
Yeah, it's my own studio here because I had the bigger studios back home in Syria, but here I'm starting small.
Oh, well, you know, studio is a studio. It's always so fun to see images of, you know, intimate creative spaces like this.
Yeah, this is my comfort zone, especially during quarantine. I always spend my time all over here.
Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. So, so can you tell us about what we're going to see tonight?
So tonight you're gonna see a song. It's a traditional song called "Lazralik Bistan Rud." It's which means I'll plant you a field of flowers. It's a Syrian song. It's a traditional song. It's a song, or it's composed by Abdel Fattah Sukkaris from Damascus, and it's sung by Fouad Ghazi. Rest in peace, Fouad Ghazi. He's passed away recently. He's from Hama. So it's from all over the place. And the lyrics are from Latakia. So it's from 3 cities in Syria.
Beautiful. I know. Oh, sorry, please go ahead.
Yeah, and the Arabic scale of it is distinct of scales that are known here in the Western music. It has a quarter tone in it. It's called the Bayat scale.
Great. That's actually what I wanted to ask you about. I thought that maybe we'd be hearing the Arabic scale tonight. So thanks for
Yes, you will be hearing the authentic tone.
Great. All right. Well, here it is.
لازرع لك بستان ورود، شجرة صغيرة تفيكي. لازرع لك بستان ورود، شجرة صغيرة تفيكي. لغزلك من نور الشمس سوارة وحطة بإيديكي، سوارة وحطة بإيديكي. يا حلوة بعيونك السر، ساحرني ومدوبني. كلماتك أحلى من الدر، حبك دوم معذبني. يا حلوة بعيونك السر، ساحرني ومدوبني. كلماتك أحلى من الدر، حبك دوم معذبني. قربك مر بعدك مر، مر المر بعينيكي. قربك مر بعدك مر، مر المر بعينيكي. لغزلك من نور الشمس سوارة حطة بإيديكي، سوارة حطة بإيديكي. لازرع لك بستان ورود، شجرة صغيرة تفيكي. لازرع لك بستان ورود، شجرة صغيرة تفيكي. ولغزلك من نور الشمس سوارة وحطة بإيديكي، سوارة وحطة بإيديكي. لو بدك لولو مرجان رح اجيبلك خزنة بحالة. لو بدك طاقية الجان مالي رح قلك لا لا لا. ولو بدك لولو مرجان رح اجيبلك خزنة بحالة. لو بدك طاقية الجان مالي رح قلك لا لا لا. ولو بدك يا غصن البان جوا عيوني بخبيكي. لو بدك يا غصن البان جوا عيوني بخبيكي. ولغزلك من نور الشمس سوارة وحطة بإيديكي، سوارة وحطة بإيديكي. لازرع لك بستان ورود، شجرة صغيرة تفيكي. لازرع لك بستان ورود، شجرة صغيرة تفيكي. ولغزلك من نور الشمس سوارة وحطة بإيديكي، سوارة وحطة بإيديكي.
Wow, well, thank you, Bero. Thank you for sharing your work. I love the timbre of your oud. That was really beautiful. So we have 2 more awards before the evening is over. Excuse me. As this is our 25th anniversary, the Recognition Awards Committee wanted to take the opportunity to recognize 2 individuals whose work over the last 2.5 decades have made an enormous impact on Pan-Asian communities here in Vancouver. So to introduce the first of our 25th anniversary honorees, here's VAHMS Ambassador Jeff Chan with a pre-recorded message.
Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Chan, Ambassador of VAHMS. It's my distinct pleasure to introduce Mr. Kelly Yip. Kelly Yip was born and raised in Hong Kong and came to Canada in 1961. Following his graduation from the University of Ottawa in 1965 with a BA degree, he joined the Ottawa YMYWCA, first as the Assistant Youth Program Director and then the Associate Adult Education Director. In 1969, he was recruited by the Public Service of Canada in Ottawa as a Social Development Officer for the Department of Secretary of State and was transferred to Vancouver in 1970, where he worked for a number of departments such as Secretary of State, Multiculturalism and Citizenship, Canadian Heritage and Citizenship, and Immigration until he retired in 1997. During this period, Kelly was responsible for implementing the new Citizenship Act, which was proclaimed in 1977, and the expansion of citizenship services in British Columbia and the Yukon Territory. Since his retirement, Kelly has remained actively involved in the community, continuing to work hard to raise the public's awareness on the values of citizenship, multiculturalism, and volunteerism. One of the achievements he is most proud of is the completion of the Vancouver Chinatown Millennium Gate, which was inaugurated on August 1st, 2002 by the Prime Minister of Canada. He was instrumental in planning and fundraising and building this landmark, which welcomes tourists and locals alike to Vancouver's historic Chinatown. Kelly was appointed by the Government of BC as an ambassador for the International Year of Volunteers in 2001 and was awarded the Queen's Jubilee Medal for his community service by the Government of Canada the following year. In 2004, the Vancouver Multicultural Society awarded the Distinguished Public Service Award for his contributions to multiculturalism in the community. And now, in 2021, VAHMS is thrilled to present Kelly with a special 25th Anniversary Recognition Award for his decades of hard work and service to his community. Congratulations, Kelly Yip.
Well, thank you very much. I was blushing, but you can't see me. Well, tonight I'm all dressed up, but nowhere to go. And I was going to memorize my speech, but I didn't want to take any chances, and I didn't want to speak off the cuff. So I have my my speech here. So bear with me, and I will try to read it within the 3 minutes. So, so first of all, I want to thank Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society for bestowing this honor upon me on this silver anniversary. And I also want to convey my congratulations to all the recipients of this award tonight. Now, wow, somebody mentioned that VAHMS has already been with us for the last 25 years. It's a quarter of a century. It's a long time. Although I'm not one of those founding members, I have been involved in the mission and vision of VAHMS in the last 25 years in different capacities and also following the growth and development of its for the last quarter of a century. And it has been an amazing journey, and I'm proud of my association with VAHMS. However, I'm somewhat saddened though, in the past couple of years, we have seen the rise of many racially motivated incidents against Asians in general and Chinese in particular, whether they were native born or naturalized Canadians. All of these incidents certainly have tarnished our multicultural country as a kind and caring people, a nation that accepts all people and cultures from around the world. I hope Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society will continue to be a beacon of light in helping not only our compatriots of non-Asians to understand more about Asian heritage, but also Asian Canadians understand other Asian cultures and heritage. So together, let's hope VAHMS will play an important role in promoting better understanding and mutual respect for all Canadians and make Canada an even more inclusive society. So thank you, VAHMS. Happy silver anniversary, and have many more successful returns to come. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Kelly. It has been our pleasure to work with you for all these years, and we have had so many experiences with you and all the people who has been with Asian Heritage. It's just an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
Well, it has been a pleasure to recognize some of the best promoters of Asian Canadian arts, culture, and heritage in Vancouver and beyond. But the celebration would not be complete without recognizing past presidents. Jim Won Chu, Joy Lynn Salzberg, Raymond Liens, Mo Dualiwal, John Waltz, Michael Huang, Winnie Chen, Ken McAteer, and the person who is an institution in the Exploration Festival and the Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society, Beverly Nan. Beverly is a recipient of the Order of BC in recognition of a commitment of over 30 years providing leadership in pioneering the development of organizations, programs, and services in the multicultural and immigrant services sector, including the L'Oreal Institution and the Vancouver and Barnaby School District Multicultural Homeschool Liaison Workers. She has served on national and provincial and local advisory bodies, including the Immigration and Refugee Advisory Panel, the Provincial Advisory Council for Multiculturalism for the Minister of Multiculturalism and Immigration and the United Way. In 1999, Bev saw the possibilities and impact that VAHMS could have in supporting underrepresented artists, and in 2000, Bev became VAHMS' first president. Since then, she has worked in various capacities, acting president, vice president, and now as an advisor. Tonight, we recognize Beverly Nan with the 25th Anniversary Legacy Award. She will speak to us on a taped message. So thank you, Bev, and congratulations, and thank you for staying with us for these 25 years. Thank you.
Well, thank you for the special honor. This is very much in keeping with my lifetime professional commitment to multiculturalism and working on evolving Canada's multicultural society. I was introduced to VAHMS by my daughter, who's a dancer choreographer in Toronto, and she and a group of 3 other Pan-Asian dance artists were tired of being confused for one another, so they decided to get together and create a dance work called Cha, which represented their individuality and their different Pan-Asian backgrounds. After the success of the Toronto production, they were interested in bringing it to Vancouver for Asian Heritage Month, and that's where Jim Wong Chu comes into the picture as a founder of Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society. And Jim was very helpful in bringing the production to Vancouver. But unfortunately, after the launch, he decided that it was time for him to throw in the towel on Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society, as he could no longer sustain it on his own, as he was the only founder left carrying the ball. The founders had, the 5 of them, had really created a wonderful platform for the showcasing of the Pan-Asian artists and cultural communities that were emerging out of Canadian society that were not part of the mainstream cultural scene. And so I said to Jim, this is too good an idea to let die. Let me see what I can do to help you to create a board to support VAHMS. And so together we created a very culturally diverse board representing all Canadians, not just Asians, who were committed to the vision that we had of mainstreaming and integrating Pan-Asian artists and cultural communities into the Canadian mainstream. And I've been very happy and very really impressed with the artists and the Pan-Asian leaders that I've worked with, and very much appreciate the support of all the board members and advisors and volunteers who were involved in this process of creating and supporting VAHMS over the past 25 years. I thank you all for your support.
Well, thank you, Bev. Congratulations. Thank you for the years of hard work and dedication. And thank you, Kelly, and congratulations. If you're interested in learning a bit more about the history of VAHMS and maybe taking a trip down memory lane, Letitia and one of our volunteers, Isabel, dedicated a lot of time this year to producing a retrospective of the last 25 years of VAHMS, and it's on the website. It's on the banner of our website, so I encourage you to go check it out. And we also produced a video, largely, I should say Isabel, our volunteer, produced a video, a retrospective video of VAHMS's history, and both Kelly and Bev contributed to it, and Winnie, who's on the call, who's here tonight, who's been very active in the chat. Hi, Winnie. And some other folk, and I'm sorry, I'm forgetting folks, but there are many other folks from VAHMS's history who were involved. So if you'd like to watch that video, head over to our website, exploration.org. Okay, so we have our next performance, and it comes to us courtesy of the Academy of Middle Eastern Dance. Tonight we are joined by the Academy's artistic director, Pune. Pune holds a master's degree of art and is a professional modern Egyptian and folkloric dance instructor and performer. Excuse me?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, dance instructor, performer, and choreographer in Vancouver. Combining authentic feeling with modern flair, she delights audiences with her passion, powerful technique, and sense of fun. Her dynamic performances, innate musicality, and magnetic presence have made her a favorite with audiences everywhere. So welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. This is Mehbanu, the artistic director of Ahmed Dance Academy. I would like to say thanks to Explore Asian Society for inviting us to be part of this amazing event. And thank you for your hard work. It is our pleasure to say that we will be performing folk dance with the traditional costume. Also, I would like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional, ancestral and unceded territory of the Squamish Nation, Tsleil-Waututh Nation, Musqueam Nation. Again, thank you so much for inviting Ahmed Dance Academy to be part of this amazing event, and thank you for the opportunity. It's our pleasure and it's our big honor to participate. And I wish everyone a happy upcoming Canada Day. congratulations for 25th anniversary of Explore Asian. Thank you so much for your hard work.
من شوق قدم های رسیدن به تو هستم، یک شهر دلش رفت که من دل به تو بستم. آرامش لبخند تو، اجازه تو این است، زیبایی تو خانه براندازترین است. مستم نه از آن دست که میخانه بخواهد، باید دل دیوانه که دیوانه بخواهد. میخواهمت ای هرچه مرا خواستنی، تو جان منی، جان منی، جان منی. تو مستم نه از آن دست که میخانه بخواهد، باید دل دیوانه که دیوانه بخواهد. میخواهمت ای هرچه مرا خواستنی، تو جان منی، جان منی، جان منی. که رسیدم به تو غم رفت، من آمدم از تو بنویسم که دلم رفت. این بار نشستم که تو را خوب ببینم، ای خوبتر از خوبترینم. مستم نه از آن دست که میخانه بخواهد، وای از دل دیوانه که دیوانه بخواهد. میخواهمت ای هرچه مرا خواستنی، تو جان منی، جان منی، جان منی. تو جان منی، جان منی. مستم نه از آن دست که میخانه بخواهد، وای از دل دیوانه که دیوانه بخواهد. میخواهمت ای هرچه مرا خواستنی، تو جان منی، جان منی، جان منی. تو میخواهمت ای هرچه مرا خواستنی، تو جان منی.
Thank you for that. Thank you to the Academy of Middle Eastern Dance for that beautiful performance. I remember when I first saw it, it was still winter, and it was so refreshing to see all of that color and all of those flowers and all of that life.
Oh yeah.
It was a beautiful piece. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Oh, thank you for inviting us. It's our pleasure.
Wonderful.
Hopefully next year we're gonna perform on a stage.
Yeah. Oh, could you let folks know where they can find you online, and maybe if there's anything coming up?
Of course.
Yeah.
I have a website, and I can write it in the like message box, right?
Please do. Yeah, that would be great.
I will write my website, and yeah, I have Instagram page, and yes, email address, same as the way that you found us.
Great. Well, please do that, and so people can find you and hopefully book the Academy for some performances once the world.
Definitely, I will do it right now.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's very, very our pleasure to be part of this amazing event.
Thank you so much. That's great. Okay, so my friends, we are almost at the end of our time together. But before we go, I'd like to take a moment to thank some folks that have made this festival possible. So all of our directors and volunteers who work all year round to keep VAHMS running. I'd like to thank all of the honorees and performers for taking the time to be with us tonight. I'd also like to thank some of our major sponsors, such as Global BC, TELUS. I know that Olivia is here tonight. Thanks, Olivia. Hello. The Department of Canadian Heritage, Simon Fraser University, the University of British Columbia Learning Exchange, and the City of Vancouver. We'd also like to thank all of our community partners, our 50+
Sander, I'm watching a program. I will call you back.
Organizations.
Okay?
Oh, one moment. There we go. Our partners and the artists who make the festival what it is. Without them, we don't have a festival. So thank you to all of our partners and for making art and celebrating art throughout these last 2 very challenging years. So one more thing, we do have a post-festival survey, which we would invite you to fill out if you have the time. We'd love to hear some feedback about how we're doing and the work that we're doing. So I've just dropped the link into the chat and we'll be sharing it through our channels as well after the show. So please feel free to share your feedback with us. Okay, so from here, I'd like to invite Leticia Sanchez to sign off on behalf of VAHMS and introduce our final performance of the evening. Take it away, Leticia.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah. So thank you so much, Jasper. Without you, this festival couldn't have been as successful as it is and as it was. Thank you so much, Jasper, because with your hard work and your professional skills, we're here, we're together. And thank you so much. Thank you for your kindness and all the work that you do for VAHMS. It's a pleasure to work with you. Before we close the ceremony, I want to invite you to please bid on some of those beautiful items that we have in the silent auction. The money, of course, goes to support the Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society and, of course, all the initiatives that we have through the year and during the festival. I also want to thank you for coming together to celebrate one more Asian Heritage Month with us and to let you know how much I have appreciated working with a great team, partners, and the many Pan-Asian communities, as this is my last year as president of VAHMS. But it's not the end of the story. We will continue working as advisors and we will continue supporting Pan-Asian communities and we will continue doing that great job that VAHMS does for the community. I want to say that it's celebrations like this one that give us hope that positive change can be attained by learning from others, respecting cultural differences, and by standing together in solidarity. And as Jasper said, we have our last performance. My dear friends, Bian Diep and Alcim Ramos, they will perform beautiful music from Japan. So please, thank you very much. And before I go, cheers for 24 more years coming with the Vancouver Asian Heritage Month Society. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with us. Good night and enjoy the last performance. Thank you.
Thank you.